What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Kyle Robert. This is the Angle of Pursuit. You can follow me on Twitter at NotoriousKRO. With me today to talk some sits of the week, it's Damian Dabrowski. What's up, Damian?
Nothing much, Kyle. We're ready to start the season here. The last couple days we'll have football tomorrow, but looking at some of these positions, I think there's a lot of high-end guys with some questionable Week 1 matchups. And I mean, looking at the receivers right now, the guy that jumps out to me is DeAndre Hopkins. I know he just got that huge deal. Obviously, an uber talented player that we've seen, put up great stats before, but looking at it now, I mean, he's facing the Jaguars. He's got Tom Savage as his quarterback. He's going to see a lot of Jalen Ramsey. The Jaguars have a much improved defensive line. I think, the Savage there's going to be under pressure. This isn't going to be a high-scoring game. I don't see a lot of touchdowns here. It's all relative. It's all context. I'm not saying, you're going to start sitting, Hopkins for Kendall Wright or anything like that. But at the same time, he's not a top 15, top 20 guy for me this week.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not sure we're going to see the volume from him. I don't expect a huge yardage total. And I don't think he gets in the end zone. So if I have Hopkins, I'm looking at what else is there available for me on my team.
Yeah, and I think that's perfectly fair. I'm a little more optimistic. I think touchdown Tommy Savage can do a little bit more. But, yeah, there's definitely concerns, and you definitely need him to get in the end zone because, this is a team that's probably going to run a lot and, a lot of Lamar Miller and not a lot of throwing. And, it'll be really interesting to kind of see, especially if they can, get the Jaguars in a negative game script and they want to run to kind of control the clock. My sit of the week is Mr. Alshon Jeffrey, and I like him a lot from a season-long perspective. Obviously, health is always a question mark with him. But our buddy over at NFL.com, Mr. Alex Gelhard, pointed out something really interesting on Twitter. Last season, Carson Wentz targeted a wide receiver covered by Josh Norman just once in their 2 full games. Obviously, they brought in Jeffrey. They're probably going to try and make him, get a little bit of work. But the Josh Norman effect is real. Another year in that Washington secondary. The only game Alshon Jeffrey played against Norman, he had 4 catches for 78 yards on 9 targets. So, a fine game. Like, I think Hopkins and Jeffrey are kind of in the same bag where they'll probably be okay. But they're, if you have better options, if you have guys with more upside, I'd look elsewhere and see if you can't, find better options, on your, especially with everybody but, one game basically happening this week. You should have a bench full of a lot of high upside, hot potential. Like, I'd probably start Corey Coleman over these guys. I'd start Stephon Diggs over these guys, Jamison Crowder. So there's a few names, Ted Ginn maybe, if you want to shoot for the stars. But, there's a lot to like. Make sure you are checking out all of our videos here on YouTube. Make sure you are clicking subscribe. Leave us comments. If you have start-sit questions, let us know. We're always here to help. At FPAOP on Twitter. Follow us there. Make sure you check out our other videos, and we'll talk to you guys next time.